everybody. I'm Priyanshu. We will start air around us. All living organisms need air to survive. Air is present everywhere around us. We cannot see the air, but we can feel its presence in many ways. I.e., when the leaves of the trees rustle, when the clothes hanging on a clothesline sway, and when the pages of a book flutter, etc. Moving air is called wind. Wind makes it possible to fly kites in air and rotate a pendulum. These are some frivolous activities that children like me indulge in when we are free. Let us start and know more about air and wind. We are about to embark on an exciting journey of this chapter in chemistry of science. Characteristics of air. Air is a matter and it exhibits all the properties of matter. Some of the important properties of air are: Number 1. Air has mass. Number 2. Air occupies space. Number 3. Air is transparent and we can see through it. Number 4. Air exerts pressure. Number 5. Air is affected by temperature and altitude too. As you go higher up, the air becomes thinner and there is lesser oxygen to breathe. This causes difficulty in breathing at the hill stations and on mountains. Let us now talk about the composition of air. Until the 18th century, that is the early 1700s, it was believed that air is a single substance. Various experiments concluded that air is a mixture of gases and not a single substance. Air is a mixture of gases consisting of mainly nitrogen, about 78%, and oxygen, about 21%. These two gases make about 99% of the air. Remaining 1% is constituted by argon, about 0.9%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, and the remaining 0.07% is constituted by other gases, water vapor, and dust particles. Let us talk about the atmosphere now. Our Earth is surrounded by a layer of air which extends up to many kilometers above the surface of the Earth. This layer of air surrounding the Earth is called the atmosphere. Earth is the only planet in our solar system with an atmosphere that can sustain life. The Earth's atmosphere is denser at the surface and becomes thinner as one moves up. The atmosphere is also responsible for weather changes. When the sun heats the Earth's surface, the air also gets heated up. Hot air being lighter rises up and the cold air rushes to take its place. This makes wind blow. Atmosphere also helps maintain the right temperature in the earth. When the rays of the sun fall on the earth's surface, part of it is reflected back and the rest of it is absorbed. This prevents the earth from becoming very hot, and during night the trapped heat prevents the earth from becoming very cool. This way the atmosphere acts as a blanket and keeps the earth at the right temperature for life to exist. Now let us talk about the constituents of air. Nitrogen, or N2, is an important component of air, constituting about 78% of it. It is required for the growth of animals and plants. Nitrogen does not support combustion, but it is an important component for fertilizing. While you may not know this fact that nitrogen is also used by plants and animals to synthesize proteins in our body. Now, let us talk about oxygen. Oxygen is an integral part of the air, constituting about 21%. The presence of oxygen is essential for the survival of all living organisms. Humans, plants, and animals breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. This is called breathing. Oxygen is necessary for us to get energy from food. Human beings on land breathe in oxygen through their lungs. Living organisms that live in soil breathe in air present in soil and water respectively. Plants have small openings known as stomata present on the underside of the leaf. Stomata help the plant in example, water lily has stomata on the upper side of the leaves. Underwater plants have no stomata. They breathe oxygen dissolving water through their body surface. Roots of all plants breathe in oxygen from air present in air spaces of soil. Plants that grow in mangroves have special respiratory roots that come out of the soil to get air. Oxygen supports combustion. During the process of combustion, oxygen is used up and carbon dioxide is given out. Carbon dioxide occupies about 0.03% of the total air mass. Number 2, it is an integral gas for the process of photosynthesis. CO2 is released into the atmosphere by means of aerobic respiration. Plants also use CO2 to synthesize their food by the process of photosynthesis. During this, they release O2 or oxygen. This is the process on which the world depends for food and for oxygen. In this way, plants and animals help in maintaining the concentration of CO2 and O2 in the atmosphere. This process is known as the oxygen cycle. Now let us study about the uses of air. One of the most important uses of air is respiration. Living organisms take in oxygen from air and release CO2 into it. This is called breathing, which is a part of respiration. Number 2, air helps in transportation. This is used to inflate the balloons, tires of bicycles, cars, and also help in flying of aeroplanes and helicopters. Number 3, air helps in pollination of some flowers and dispersal of seeds. Number 4, it plays an integral role in water cycles. And number 5, the mic through which I am speaking to you would not be audible to you if there were no air, because air is a medium of sound just like water. Windmills. Air is used to rotate the blades of a windmill because it, number 1, generates loud, number 2, generates electricity, number 3, it is also used as a water pump, and air is also used to play instruments like a trumpet, bugle, and the mouth organ. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you please and like the video. For more such videos, you can log on into Science Classics for NCERT into YouTube, and then you can also mail us at priyanshubiswas2008@gmail.com. Thank you.